Good morning dear students, welcome back to our online class. So in last class dear students, we have learned so many information related to microorganism. Okay, we have completed the concept of what are the disease, what are the vaccines and how the microorganisms are helpful for us as well as enemy for us. Okay, so dear students, in today's class we are going to discuss that how we can prevent the food by microorganism. Okay, as you know that in last class itself, means not in a last class, first class, when we have discussing about the microorganism introduction, I have given you one simple example about the bread. Okay, if the bread is kept for 2 to 3 days, not a 2 to 3 days but at least 7 to 8 days as it is, so due to the moisture what happens, you can observe there the production of microorganism. Okay, you may find the fungi on the surface of bread. Okay, so what you get this conclusion, you may find that the growth of microorganism which is harmful for us. Okay, you can feel a bad smell on that, you can feel a bad taste on that. So this is the one criteria how the microorganism is attacking to the food and the food will going to be spoiled there. Okay, so have you observed that if the mangoes, okay, so in last 2 to 3 months you have eaten so many mangoes, so what happened at that time, if you are keeping those mangoes maximum 2 to 3 weeks, then what happens, the mangoes will be going to be spoiled there. Okay, so how it going to be spoiled there, because due to the growth of the microorganism. But similarly, if your mother or grandmother, if she is preparing the pickle of those raw mangoes, whether it will going to be destroyed or it will going to be spoiled. Okay, have you ever think that? So what happens, your mother is preparing such a delicious, such a yummy pickles, but it is not going to be spoiled. Why? Because we are going to add there extra amount of salt, extra amount of oil. Okay, so in this way what happens, you can prevent your food. So here in today's class we are going to discuss about the prevention of food. Okay, prevention of food by the microorganisms. So we have some chemical methods, we have some home remedies to protect our food by the microorganisms. So dear students, let's discuss one by one. So first we are going to discuss about the chemical method. Okay, so some of the chemicals are there which we can use for preventing our food. Okay, so here one of the best example of benzoium sulfate. Okay, that is nothing but the benzoate acid. Okay, one of the example. You can take a simple example about the pickle itself, how we are going to add a huge amount of salt which will gives us a taste as well as it can prevent our pickle also. Okay, and as well as we are adding some oils where we are going to prevent our food. Okay, so here first in the chemical method we have a benzoic acid. By using this acid we can prevent our food, but this will not going to be apply all the foods. Okay, so there is a separate criteria to add this benzoic acid, as well as you can add there vinegar, or you can say acetic acid, to prevent our food. Okay, so these are the some chemical methods where we are going to prevent our food. Okay, next by adding salt or oil. So dear students, have you visited fish market? Okay, so many students, they like to eat fish. Okay, so have you observed in the fish market, most of the fishes, what happens, who are the seller, they are going to apply one layer of salt on that fish. Okay, so just because of applying that salt powder, what happens, it can be keep for maximum next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, maybe some taste you will get going to be find a different there, but what happens, it will going to be remain as it is. Okay, it will not going to be spoiled, you can eat it. Okay, so what happens, by applying salt on the surface of fish, you can eat it. Okay, so this is one of the method where by adding salt or oil we can prevent our food. Okay, so fish is also one of the food, but personally I am not going to have, because I don't like to eat fish. Okay, but who have interest to eat fish, they can use this method. Okay, for preventing their food. Then prevention by sugar. Okay, next is the prevention by sugar. Okay, what happens, what is the work of sugar, that they, while preparing the jelly, okay, it is also one of the, it can be extract from the fruit. So while preparing the jellies, we are adding some extra amount of sugar. So what is the work of sugar, that sugar is consuming the moisture from the jelly, and you can keep for at least 12 to 15 days. Okay, so by adding the sugar, we can protect our jelly or squeeze amount of the fruits. Okay, so here we can prevent by sugar. Okay, and next concept is by applying required temperature. By applying required temperature, you can take a simple example about milk. Okay dear students, so usually what happens, when the milkman is giving you milk, what you are doing at that time, first you are going to keep in container, and at least you are going to boil minimum 20 or 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so in this way what happens, you can keep for 1 to 2 days those milk, and you will find a better taste in that. So at that time what you are going to do, you are applying the temperature. Okay, you are applying the temperature around 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. You are going to heat it properly, then after 100 degrees Celsius it will going to be boil it. If you are going to boil it, then later on if you are applying such type of temperature minimum 2 to 3 times, you can prevent our milk. Okay, so this is our method, this is one of the method where we can prevent our milk. Or you can take a simple example about the freezer. Okay, some of the things we are going to keep in the refrigerator or the freezer to prevent our food. Okay, so in this way what happens, you are applying the temperature to prevent the food. Okay, so this is one of the method where we are going to prevent our food. So the dear question, here what happens, some of the methods are there, another methods we can apply, like it is not a method, it is one of the common sense. If you want to prevent the food, you have to be keep the food in the tight container. Okay, so keep the food in tight container. This is a common thing that we must to know, that if you want to prevent our food from outside or atmosphere to inhibit the growth of the microorganism, then we have to keep the food in the proper tight container. So these are the some methods of prevention of the food where we are going to inhibit the growth of the microorganism, dear students. So in next class we are going to learn the next concept about the microorganism, which is very important for 3 marks and 4 marks. This all the concepts are 2 marks. Just go through the textbooks, you will find the all the solution of such type of headings. So dear students, let's meet in the next class. We are going to conclude this chapter in the next class, then later on we will go for the exercise part. So dear students, let's meet in the next class. Have a good day. Bye bye.